All right, so I wanted to cover the first of the decks that we had created as a family. And it is called Allegheny National Forest. We had been taking photographs of wildlife. We had an idea of what we thought we wanted to include in it, and we only live about 20 minutes from the Allegheny National Forest, so to take the kids up with a camera was not difficult. Most of the species we found in that forest you can find in our forest, so what you're going to see, especially things like acidic water, is actually from a neighboring stream, but you can see that through that region as well. In some of the other images that are in it, like children at play, is pictures of the girls with their friends. And the concept is, of course, just like temperature drop, nature can't do much when it's interrupted by either temperature or children. Even pictures like extinction, the card for extinction, it was actually just taken, I believe, while we were walking in Brookville. It was a picture of a rhododendron, or I think it was a rhododendron or a laurel bush that somebody had had. And then when we get to the humans that are in that deck, let's go over those. You got Susie Boyden over at Clarion University. She's a biologist. You got Tim Alderton, who plays a botanist. He works down in North Carolina, and he is a botanist. You got myself. When we tried to find somebody to play the Explorer card, but we were running low on deadline, so we just grabbed a picture of me. I would like to replace that. If you know an Explorer, let me know. We have the Ranger, which is Dale Luthlinger. He works as an educational ranger up at Cook Forest. And then we have the two girls, two sisters. Thea is the oldest and Maya is the youngest. This is back when we were at Black Moshannon State Park. We were studying the carnivorous plants at that point. But everything from a Hunter's Cove, which is really a structure we found when we were hiking one day, to the species that you would see that are in the park. Let me find them here. Like the regions themselves. These are all pictures we took either from our property, I think that was our blueberry bush, to pictures we took when we were hiking through the Allegheny National Forest. Okay, so when we get to the species, those are the regions. When we get to the species, everything from the white sarsaparilla to the white oak. These are all species pictures we took. Some of them are local, some are from the park. This one we know exists up there, pink lady slipper. We couldn't find it at the time, but when we were volunteering at the Baker Trail, we found it when we were cleaning up one of the trails. So that would be down near Mahoning Dam area is where we found that one. But most of these pictures are from the Allegheny National Forest. Maya would run with the camera, and she'd come back with pictures of stuff, honeybees or whatever. And then Thea would run with the camera a while and come back with things that she had saw pictures of. And then some of them were pictures like this condition card is the mountain range, and it was just exactly what you see. It was a picture of the Clarion River. I think that's the Clarion River Bridge. But just the way the setting was, when we took the picture, the whole picture, you're looking at mountains everywhere. So that was a really nice image to use. And sometimes when we're driving down the road, we see them in the fields. So the wild turkey, this is about as close as we're going to get to a wild turkey without calling it in, was right up next to the road, but by the time we got the camera up, it was already taking flight. Same thing with the white-tailed deer, they're everywhere around here. That was probably along the road. Some of these animals we took, like these next two are the turkey vulture and the great horned owl. They were actually taken at Shavers Creek when we were enjoying an educational day there. We got to see a few events that they had, and then obviously the birds are in cages or on display, so we were able to get shots of them. A little not very well known fact is when we put the camera real close to the cage part, it blurs out. That's why this is gray right here. It blurs out the cage so you can see the animal inside. So this was the turkey vulture that was sitting in there. It was just looking at something on the other side of the place. Some of the animals, like the bobcat, of course, they're hard to see in nature. This one was taken at the Farmer's Inn, and it's up near Sigel, Pennsylvania. This was taken at Clarion, over at the university, near the university, on one of the sidewalks. And the rest of it, once again, same thing. This is the only one that was from a distance. It's from the Pittsburgh Zoo. I believe that's the black bear they had at the exhibit for a while. But all the rest of them are things we saw locally. And we just collected those pictures, and we know that they, through research especially, but also because we live here, we know that they exist up through Cook Forest and the Allegheny National Forest area. So there's your summary of the Allegheny National Forest deck. And if you have questions about it, leave a comment or a suggestion below, and we'll figure out how to make sure you get connected with more information about it. Thank you.